Good morning, everybody. It is presently about 10 minutes before 7 a.m. on Tuesday, June the 1st. Yesterday, my days get confused. I was watching Arkansas Living, and he let all of us know about an issue where he works and what he was doing and what kind of a plant that he was at. And in the back of my mind, a bell just kind of went off in my head, and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and see if I can't make my situation a little bit better. So yesterday I went out and I picked up 20 or 30 pounds of assorted meats, ground beef, pork, and some more chicken. And then, it hit the news cycle last night about there's another hack, and apparently America is the only country on the planet, even though Bill Gates lives here, and Apple, the guy that used to be alive, lives here. Apparently all the people that really know how to build everything computer-wise that live in America, all of a sudden we don't know how to do anything with computers, and we can't keep them safe. Apparently we're the only ones on the planet that don't know how to secure our computers and internet and all that good stuff. So we're getting hacked left and right, and they just can't figure it out. And we're paying all these bounties out, and it is what it is. But what I'm doing right now is I am headed back to the store. I'm going to hit 3 different stores at the same time, back to back, and kind of compare prices, see if there is any difference, and see if the shortage that is predicted to come, if they're going to start pricing it early or if they're going to wait until they start running out. My prediction is they're going to price it early. We shall see. So I'm going to go get some more meat today. And just like when we knew that the gas pipeline got hacked, I went and got gas, so when everybody else was out of gas and trying to get gas 3 days later, or 72 hours after we were told that it was going to happen. It wasn't a hypothesis. They flat out said, hey, it's Friday. Come Monday morning, gas prices are going to go up 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 cents a gallon. And people still didn't go get gas until Monday morning, and then they want to raise 9 kinds of cane, and because the world's coming into an end because their gas prices unexpectedly went up. It wasn't unexpected. You were told 72 hours before it happened. 70, come on, man. And now we got this thing going on, all right? So, smart man says, or well, let's just say, I won't call myself a smart man. Let's say the smart play in this situation is to go out and load up on some extra meat. It's not going to go to waste. You're going to eat it. I mean, we are preppers. That's what we do. Here's the thing. If you don't get the food when they tell you the food's running out, you've got some serious issues you need to work on. Okay, if your plan is to say, well, I've got 2 weeks worth of food and water stocked up like FEMA told me to. If that's your plan, that's a really crappy plan. I mean, basically what you're saying is, yes, I want to survive after something crazy goes down, but I only want to survive for 2 weeks, because after that, I'm just not going to care anymore. Well, if that's your plan, don't even bother with the 2 weeks, okay? I mean, come on, really? Yeah. So let's not put time limits on these things, on these SHTF situations, because there's a reason it's unpredictable, and it's called what it is. You don't know what's going to happen. Even if they came out tomorrow and said, hey, there's going to be a coronal mass ejection that's going to hit the planet and affect the entire planet on Thursday. Well, 10% of the people on the planet may actually go out and research Faraday cages and build a competent Faraday cage and get it grounded and protect some of your sensitive equipment and things like that. The rest of the world's going to pretend it never happened, and then when it does happen, they're going to get angry, and they're going to raise Cain and go all over social media and the news and the fake news and everything else, and blah, 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 blah. The world is not, how dare you let us down? Where's my check? But here's the great part about it. If it is a CME, we don't have to listen to that whiny crap, because they're not going to be able to be on the air. So, the main gist of this little rant this morning was because, the last time this happened with gas, everybody ignored it. And then everybody whined and cried and moaned and complained. Well, the same thing's fixing to happen with the meat. You were warned. Go get some meat. I'm not saying you got to try to buy out the whole store, but get what you can get. And, we're canning this Saturday. Right now, potatoes are in the lead. After this video and all the stuff on TV, I have a feeling that the ground beef may jump back out in the lead. But it was only down by 3 percentage points, so it wasn't that far down. But either way, it's going to be. Either way, I'm putting up some ground beef this week, whether it's on the live or I just do a video of it. I'm either going to put it up or I'm going to freeze it. I haven't made up my decision yet, but we'll see. Also, this is the time when you really need to be planning because, the grid went down in Texas. The oil pipelines go down. Now the your meat suppliers, their system goes down. It's all computerized. What's going to be next? What else are they going to run out and test drive us on this summer to get prepared for this winter? People need to pay attention to what's going on around us because I have a really good feeling this stuff every 3 to 4 weeks, maybe every 3 to 6 weeks from now until November or December, it's going to be one crisis after the next. They're going to throw in a little bit of politics. There'll be a possible alien invasion. I mean, they'll bounce us back and forth from chapter to chapter. We're going to start on chapter 1, but now we're going to switch to page 3 on chapter 4 and talk about aliens and unidentified flying objects. Then we're going to switch back to politics. Now let's talk about the ex-president for a little while and get everybody in a good mood. And then let's go back to the aliens. And we'll just bounce it back and forth so nobody really gets to focus in on one area that they need to improve on. My suggestion, go out, buy some meat, freeze it, can it, dehydrate it, do whatever you want to do with it. But it's never going to be as cheap as it is right now. All right, guys, I will tune back in when I leave the store and let you know how the prices went. Hey, everybody. I'm just leaving the Wally World, and it was very eerie in the store. I purposely got here. Thank goodness today was Tuesday. Tuesdays are the days that Walmart does the seniors only shopping time. They go from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Tuesdays, and you have to be a senior citizen to get inside for that hour. So it's kind of cool that today was Tuesday. I got to, because that's perfect, because I got here at like 7:04. So as soon, I was probably one of the first people in there under the age of 65. But it was really weird. The store was basically empty. There were a few people in there. And the shelves were really, really strange. I mean, there were a lot of pallets out that needed to be stocked. But either the senior citizens bought up all of the meat Walmart had to offer, or they purposely haven't stocked it yet. I'm not sure which the case is, but all I know is I did get about 30 pounds, but no, I got about 40 pounds of hamburger meat, but I had to spend more than I wanted to, because usually I'll get it the 10-pound packages at a time, and usually it's right around $2 a pound, a little less. Today it was $2.40, $2.50 a pound, and the smaller weighted increments are obviously more. I had to, there was only one 10-pound roll left, and they usually have quite a few. I got the last one of those, and then I got 4 5-pound rolls, and they were right at $3 a pound, maybe, yeah, right at $3 a pound for those. And then the frozen hamburger patties, it's basically the same tube, they just freeze it and they cut it with a bandsaw, so it's frozen individual hamburger patties. They were $3.60 a pound. So across the board already here, at least where I'm at, it looks like the beef has went up probably anywhere from 12 cents to maybe a quarter a pound across the board. Some a little bit more, some a little bit less. The chicken looked pretty good for now. It was actually better stocked than any other of the meats The pork was decent, but the chicken looked pretty healthy. The ground beef, those they were, out of being 100% stocked, I'm going to go ahead and say they were sitting at about 15% full right now. And here's the main thing, there were 2 carts there in front of the meat that had just been unloaded. All right, now I'm saying they were 15% full when I got there, which means 2 full rolling metal carts. You've seen them, the upright carts, they push the meat out. They just unloaded 2 of those and stocked them, and that was counted in my 15% fully stocked. So if I was to have gotten there maybe 10 minutes earlier, the ground beef section at Walmart would have been practically empty. Which, it happened, last year during the craziness, and it's going to happen again. Here's the thing. Here's why it's so important to me to get the message out. Last year, during the pandemic, we had a severe meat shortage and a crazy increase on price. But it wasn't due to the meat companies being shut down, so to speak, internet-wise. It was due to the fact that the workers couldn't go to work. And, some of the factories did stay open, but they reduced their workforce by like 50%. So they were still producing, and the supply chain was functioning at a crazy rate because all the truck drivers were working overtime now. Everybody's buying online. Everything's, you got to do it through the internet. So the truckers were getting some overtime pay. But now what we're looking at, the supply chain's fine, well, so to speak, as good as it can be right now. But what they did was crash the operation of the plant, the overall operation of the plant. And, like Arkansas Living was stating, or not Arkansas, but he's the one that brought this to my attention. And then watching some different news feeds and articles on YouTube, a lot of these meat processing plants, they only maintain enough feed on hand to feed these animals until they're processed. So now the plants are shut down. So now you've got livestock sitting there waiting to be processed, but they can't process it. Of course, they probably could process it, but they're not going to get it out to the people and lose money because their shipping system is screwed up. They're just going to let it go to waste, and we're going to pay the price. So they don't have enough food on hand to feed this livestock until it's time to process. So what are they going to do? So this effectively, this is worse than last year, with it being just a reduced workforce. And you saw what the prices happened then. Now it's not a reduced workforce. The system just ain't working. The company just isn't working, and they completely shut it down. So I don't think it'll be a gradual increase. I think it's gonna gradually increase a little bit, and then there's just gonna be a spike. I mean, we're looking at $5, $7, maybe $10 a pound for the cheap ground beef here in the next, I don't know, 3 days, maybe a week, maybe sooner. I mean, I don't really know. I don't think anybody really does. It's just something we're going to have to pay attention to and be prepared for. That's why I don't mind going out and spending a little bit of extra money on it right now, because it's not going to go to waste. I'm going to eat it, and I'd rather have it and pay a little bit more for it than just not have it. You know what I mean? So, that being said, I believe I'm going to sign off here for the day and head back to the house and get a little bit of work done in the garden and